gonna be a blitz if I run into you. Go.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Chicago Bears. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. First down, Mariota. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me with enough touches, he can easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll try to throw now. Mariota got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 19. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Escaping the pressure right. Mariota so nimble, sliding to the ground with a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your...
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now Saquon Barkley. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Following the interception here, Mariota. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Now Fields. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back to throw. Fields. Steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
The pressure that time right up the middle, and he was able to wiggle in there pretty easily and get the sack.
Yeah, sometimes you end up getting caught in a little bit of a breakdown about who to block up front, and that creates the gap there, and he took full advantage, got to the quarterback, and finished off the sack.
Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down.
On play action, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Shrugs him off. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
For the guys on defense, this has been a physically taxing drive, but it's also hurt them mentally because they just gave up another 1st down, and now they're confronted with how do we stop these guys and get off the field.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
He'll buy some time right.
Yeah, he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Santos with the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. From the 31, Mariota, he finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone, but unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Mariota now. Got a man, it's Darren Waller.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
Darren Waller, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Raiders have taken the lead.
Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he will have the Bears 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Play action. It's Fields.
Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. This is Barkley. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Off play action, Fields. They'll roll him out right. And that'll be incomplete. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on third down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Mariota to throw it. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is, and running back dropped it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And a tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. They got the interception, but very little movement after. That forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Dancing to his left. And he slings one that's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
handoff. Now Fields. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. On 1st down, Drake broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They run toss to the right with Drake. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Mariota. He'll look downfield for Waller. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
He finds an opening past the 40. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
To throw is Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop him with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing is Mariota. Flush to his right. And out of bounds right around the 20. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Fields now to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Man, you've been around me a long time now. You know on second and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely first down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on third. Fields on third down. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He's going to air it out for Dorsett, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Now it's Fields. Forced out to it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
On third down, Barkley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Fields.
Steps, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
31 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
72 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Here's Fields.
Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
2nd and 8 coming up.
They'll go option to the short side. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see him play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now a first down throw. Fields rolling to his right. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be 4th down now. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. They'll buy some time right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mariota here to throw. He'll look downfield for Waller. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Now Mariota. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. A first down throw for Mariota. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They try to get the big one down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed.